Hey, everybody. Welcome to Apex Syndicates and Cryptopia. I hope you guys are all doing absolutely amazing today. It's been a while. Christmas, New Year's, family, had a freaking tooth pulled about a week ago. And today's like the first day I could talk normal. My face was like swollen up like a freaking baseball, man. Fuck, I hate teeth. But I hope you guys are all doing great. I hope you had a great holiday. Hope you had a great I hope your 2026 is going to be absolutely amazing. I think there's going to be some great opportunities for us here in crypto. And so today I just wanted to go over some coins that are on my radar that I'm investing in, that I believe in. And like I said, so feel free to drop some comments. Let me know your thoughts. If there's anything you guys are looking at and, what you guys are thinking about some of the projects I'm covering here. So, with no further ado, let's see here. Hold on. There we go. Wait a minute. Where's my face? Hold on. So shitcoin is the first one we're going to be talking about here. Give me a second. Why am I? There we go. Okay. Woohoo. I got to figure out how to do all these buttons again. I'm telling you, I'm not so good at the live streams. I was just getting the hang of it. And then all of a sudden I took off for the holidays, for Christmas and stuff. And now I'm all butterfingers again. All right. So let's see. Let's go over to the tab so I can move around here. So shitcoin, guys, this thing has been performing really well. We put a buy alert out over my VIP Telegram chat at right around a 300K market cap, right over here. And it's been performing really well, even though the market conditions have been a little, nothing is really pumping. Nothing is really moving. It's just one of those, man, crypto is a bit of a drag, I have to say, overall, the last 4 to 5 months. Meme coins are pretty much at an all-time low. They're out there. They found their bottom. There's a resistance, and meme coins are starting to bounce off of that resistance as a whole. And I think it's going to come a time here in 2026 that we're going to start to see a big surgence again in meme coins. And I think projects like Shitcoin have so much freaking potential. They're clean. They're fun. Like I said, you come over here to their website. It's just a simple, easy website. But it's kind of what a meme coin is meant to be, right? It's not overly complex. It's just fun. We've all bought shit coins. Every one of us has bought shit coins. You come over to their X and they're really, it's a community driven project. And they are making videos and content and posts left and right. And that's really what it takes. It's like this chart. It's going to take off. One of these days, it's going to take off because they're relentless. They are just posting. I love this.
What are we going to do? What are you doing?
I'm throwing money at the problem.
Okay, money isn't the solution to every problem.
It is if you've got enough.
Exactly. But they're just great, fun little video clips. And they're getting great engagement and they're posting like 8, 9, 10 posts a day. I love this shit guy. But it's relentless posting, and that's what it takes to really build community. Okay, so I see shitcoin as like I said, let's go back over here to the chart. I really see shitcoin, as a 10, 15, $20 million project. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I see that's where it belongs to be. And I think it will get there. It's just a matter of time. The markets need to position themselves right. And I think we're going to see shitcoin do some absolutely amazing things. Now, this is my own personal thoughts, not financial advice. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. I'm just telling you what I see, what I feel, what I think, and what I'm investing in. And I like shitcoin. I could easily see this thing going to a 10, 15 million, $20 million market cap. Easy. When the markets are ready. Okay. So, but now's the time you need to be positioning yourself. You need to get in, hold, hodl. Okay. Hold and hodl. Look for places to take profits, keep your free moon bags, and hold. Okay, that is how you're going to make the most money in crypto. That's how I've made money in crypto, is by holding and hodling. So, hey John, great chat. Hey, how you doing? I just see some comments over here. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday. I am having a wonderful Sunday because I can actually talk again. Like I said, seriously, it took them 4 hours to pull my tooth out last week. Last Monday, I actually went in and had it extracted, and they're supposed to put an implant in, and they couldn't put the implant in. So I have to wait 4 months. But man, it took them 4 hours to get that molar out. One of the most painful experiences of my life, I have to say. I tell you, I came home. I didn't talk for 2 days, so I feel awesome being able to make videos again and feel somewhat human. So, anyways, but I'm doing great. I'm doing very good. Hope you guys are doing well as well, and thank you for joining in. Please give us some likes, some thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. So if you're watching, make sure that you guys are giving a nice thumbs up. It really, really does help the algorithm. And if you're happy to watch this on X, repost it, share it, get it around there, and really kind of help get us into the algorithm and in front of more people. We really appreciate that. All right, let's go over to some of the other projects that I am looking at. So listen here. Where is it at? Boom. Okay. Listen, guys, gals, anybody watching, Boxable. This is an unusual token. I'm telling you, this has crazy potential. Let me just go over to their website here. Let me switch this around. Okay. So this is Boxable. Okay. Joey Tribbiani, Galileo Tribbiani. I believe I'm probably butchering that name. If I am, I'm sorry. Is the founder and owner of Boxable. The company is worth over $3 billion. You probably know this guy or Boxable from Elon Musk. He was living in one of these houses out there in his Starbase in Texas. And this was the only residence that Elon had for a while. He had sold everything else, and he was just living in this for like a year while he was getting Starbase going there. And this got a lot of press. Okay. Trump is also friends with this guy. Like I said, let me go over to the X account. If you come down here, like I said, this is them building the house. Like literally, it takes like less than an hour to set it and unfold it, and it's a fully turnkey home. It's insane. President Trump is actually talking about doing contracts with them to do affordable housing for Americans, which is awesome. I mean, that's going to get Boxable so much more just exposure. He's, like I said, friends with Elon Musk. He's friends with Kanye West. I'm trying to find the post down here. He's got a lot of posts. But if you keep scrolling down here on X, right here, this is Kanye. Kanye West was at their factory doing some stuff, looking around. So this is interesting. Okay. Now, all I'm saying is I've got, there's a lot of meme coins out there. And there's a picture of him with Trump too. Actually, let me go over to their Instagram. Let me show you this. So this is Galileo Tribbiani. This is his personal Instagram account. Okay, he's friends with Joe Rogan. He's friends with, like he said, President Trump. He's friends with Elon Musk. He's friends with Kanye West. This is a well-connected guy. He's a family man. He's a billionaire. And he's got these projects. He's got Boxable, and he's got the Galileo Tribbiani personal token as well. I'm going to show you that one in a minute. I can't see this guy not making his token succeed. Okay. That's just the bottom line. I cannot see him putting his name, he's got a family. He's fully doxxed. He's friends with all these high-profile people. He's putting his name on this and not saying, just buying the dip. I mean, if it dips down, I just can't see him not pushing this up. And my whole thing is, I think there will come a time where there might be some utility for these tokens. You have the Galileo Tribbiani personal token, which he's already made a statement. He wants to be immortalized on the Solana blockchain. He's like, he wants to have like a legacy coin for the Galileo Tribbiani token. That's his personal token. And then he has the Boxable token, which is more like wrapped around his business. So my question is, this guy that he's admitted he wants to have a living legacy on the Solana blockchain. Is he going to let that die? He's a billionaire, fully doxxed, talking about this on his X account. You come back over here and right here, let me just scroll all the way back up. Here we go. Galileo Tribbiani. We have the Boxable meme right here. You have the Galileo meme. He's making posts about it. He's talking about them on a regular basis. Is this doxed billionaire that's friends with all these guys, that's a family man, going to tarnish his name by allowing these projects to fail? My gut says no. My gut says no. And so that's why I've been loading up on these guys as well. So I really like these projects. And if I can find, let me see. I wanted to find this one here. I just wanted to show you this one. This thing had, let me copy. Give me a second here, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so here we are at this Galliano Tribbiani token right here. Man, I don't know what's up with Dex Screener. It's strange, man. It's a $559,000 market cap here, but it's showing a $330,000 market cap here, and it's only on some tokens. It's weird, so I don't know. It's strange, but anyways, I'm going with this one. It's a $559,000 market cap. Now, I called it over here around a $300,000 market cap. It dipped all the way down here to around $40,000. I was actually lucky enough. I loaded up a little bit more at $40,000 market cap, and literally within 24 hours, this thing ran up to almost $2 million. It just absolutely went parabolic. And I believe that this was probably the Galliano Tribbiani. I believe he was probably infusing some money because he's locked 20% of the tokens for this personal token, for his personal brand. And I don't think he's going to stop. I think he's going to just basically keep shaking out the Jeets, and he's going to start to push this thing up. It's my personal thoughts. Like I said, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but my gut tells me, it would only take one tweet from Elon Musk or Trump or Kanye West or Joe Rogan. Hey, my buddy, Galliano Tribbiani, man, he's got his, Solana token, whatever. And it would just go parabolic. Or if he created some utility or something like that linked into Boxable, what would it do? These are just my thoughts. Like I said, not financial advice, anybody. I'm just kind of showing you, these are things I've been thinking about, and I don't know what they're going to do, but I do think they've got potential. Okay. So keep those on your radar. Definitely, the Galileo Tribbiani and the Boxable token on Solana, I think both have great potential. Okay. But like I said, going back to Shitcoin, I think Shitcoin is another just phenomenal token. For me, this is like fuck 9 to 5, went to like $10-12 million market cap. This is like the retard, the Tardio family. You've got all of these like simplistic coins that have gone bananas and parabolic in the past. Fartcoin, right? Billions of dollars in market cap. Fartcoin, Shitcoin. Simplistic, easy to understand. And that's one of the things I got to say about some of these parabolic meme coins is that I don't care if you're, Indian, American, Chinese, Japanese, Australian, I don't care where you're from, right? Germany, you understand what a shitcoin is and you can laugh about it. You understand farts. You understand a fart coin, childish humor, but you get it. You understand it, right? It's not overly convoluted with like all of this like stuff and trying to make it something that it's not. And all of the lore behind the dog coin and it's the, all of this stuff. It's not, it's easy to understand. We all know what a shit coin is. We all know what a fart is. We've all bought, and so these are things that you see in this kind of the simplicity in some of these tokens and why I think they go parabolic. And this is why, and then it comes down to relentless team, relentless community, posting, right? And that is one of the things that Shitcoin definitely has is they are relentless. They are 110% relentless on their posts. 5, 6, 7, 8 posts a day. Great engagements, and it's just nonstop posting, shilling, rating, nonstop posting, shilling, rating. So when I look at all of this stuff, I just say the writing is on the wall. Like it's going to come a time where Shitcoin is going to go bananas. I don't know when. I don't have a crystal ball, but I do believe it has that potential to just go nuts. I can't copy the contract address. Somebody just asked me to check out this project here. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see if I can. GVJ2. Give me a second. Okay, so I think this is it right here. This is what you're asking about. Peaches. Looks like it just launched not too long ago. Up to 107K market cap. Cute little penguin. Let's check out their website. Yes, I understand. Let's see. So peaches. Peaches, cute penguins. Let's see. There are. Yeah, okay. Memes, nice art. Okay. I mean, it's cute. I don't know the actual narrative. Let me see. Where's their X account? Here we go. Okay, so their X does not seem to be working. Let me try going to it from their Dex screener. Here we go. Okay, so the X account off their web page is not working. It sends you to some page that's not working, but off of Dex screener, it does send it over here. So they got 206 members. Main character in the Pinguinu universe. She's always been there. Okay. So the Pinguinu universe is Peaches. Gotcha. I mean, it's got potential. Like I said, I don't know enough about the backstory on it, on Pinguinu or on this Peaches. It's cute. It's Cypriel. Interesting. So it looks like we got some influencers talking about it. Interesting. It could do well. It really could. I mean, I don't know enough about it to say buy, but I like the look of it. It'd be one of those. It's one of those types of projects I'd probably throw $100 at or something. Like, so I'm a gambler. I'd throw $100 at something just to see what it does and see where it goes. So yeah, I mean, definitely. Why not? Viva Las Vegas, baby. That's yeah, if anybody else has any questions, if we got some new viewers over here, make sure you guys leaving those likes and those thumbs up. It really helps the algorithm. Seriously, please. The more likes and the more thumbs up and comments, it really helps. So please leave some comments. And like I said, ask if you want us to look at something. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep rambling on and talking to myself. I do that a lot. I talk to myself. I need expert advice. But yeah, and when I'm trying to avoid the wife, I'll go mumble in the corner as well. But guys, yeah, I'm just looking over here at the Shitcoin website. Let me see if there's anything else. Something else that came on my radar today was Soulboy, and you got Crypto Gains was talking about this one. I threw like $400 at it. I'm actually up a bit. I'm up about 2x on it, so I've already taken out profits, and I'm sitting on a free moon bag. I don't know. This could do something. I mean, it's a Solana mascot. He's cute, Soulboy and Solana. I like the website. It's clean. It's got potential. It's definitely got some potential. Let's come over here. They've already got quite a bit of followers, like over 1,000 followers. Crypto, like I said, Crypto Gains has been making a lot of videos on it. You got a couple other influencers. I'm in some different groups, and they were talking about it. I could see this thing doing a 10x. I could see this thing doing a few good X's. I could definitely see that. It's got to level out. It pumped a lot. Let's just see if I can find. Here we go. So right now it's at like 249K market cap. I mean, it ran up a lot. It ran up like 300% yesterday. Had a little bit of sell off, and it's just kind of trading sideways. But it's on a nice upward trend. I mean, like, look, it's if we zoom in over there, let's see. Here we go. So you know, it's on a nice little bit of an upward kick here. You know, there's some sell off. I mean, it was trading at, you know, 40,000 market cap for like 5-6 days, right? So, you know, it did a 4 or 5x in, you know, a period of a couple of days. So people are going to take profits. That's just normal. So, like I said, you know, this going to a $2.3 million market cap, you know, a 10x, I could really see that. And to be honest, it could do more. I mean, I've seen a lot of mascot coins go parabolic and just do some silly things and do some silly numbers. So like I said, I got in at 100 and I got over here 124K, right? Where is it? Right about here. We did a buy alert in the VIP Telegram chat at about 123K market cap. And like I said, I know a lot of the Patreons and members in there, and we kind of took profits, you know, around this. We did it over a 2.5, 3x. You know, we took out our initials, you know, and now we're riding it up. So we're going to see where it goes. But like I said, I've seen, you know, Bitty and all these, like the Bitcoin mascots and these and that. And I've seen a lot of these coins, you know, go into hundreds of, you know, 20, 30, 40, $50 million market caps. So those are, I could see Soulboy doing something. I could, like I said, not financial advice, but I could see it. I could see it making some moves, you know. So I don't know. Do your own research, do your own due diligence. I just made a video on it today, just dropped it. Yeah, it could do something. So love to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me see if anybody has asked me any questions. I also bought some Soulboy. There we go. So yeah, so you got yourself a little bag of Soulboy. It's all right. Hey, take a look at SP. It's a mascot from another character. Penguin. SPAX. Hold on. So yeah, let me see if I can find this. Give me a second. Let's see. SPAX. It's a mascot from the original character Poogie Penguin. Trying to find it. Do you have the full name over here? I'm looking, but I didn't see anything under. Let me try. Oh, it's PAX. Maybe it's not. That was just $1. So let me try the PAX. Okay. Here we go. Is it this one? This is probably the one you're talking about, right? Let's see. So when did this launch? It launched in January 8th. Ran all the way up to 785K. And now we're at what, $300,000 market cap. I mean, yeah. Take a look at the website. Cute little penguins. Yeah. Okay. So this is the whole Penguinu, like the universe. There you got the cute little pink one that we were just looking at a minute ago. I mean, look, they're cute, right? I like it. I mean, and it just comes down to the narrative. I don't know how big the narrative is. You know, is it as big as Matt Fury? Is it as big as, you know, Fart Coin and Shit Coin? Is it as big as, I mean, I don't know. I don't know the team. I don't know any of the stuff behind it. But like I said, you know, the community seems pretty strong. Let me go to their X. So 744 followers. Okay. I mean, like I said, if you've got some extra money on the side, I'm a gambler. You know what I mean? I don't mind throwing $100 at anything, right? And if I turn my $100 into $300, I'll take out $150 and I keep a free moon bag. And if that free moon bag goes to zero, I'm not crying. And if that free moon bag, you know, does 100x, I'm definitely not crying, right? And that's really the best way to play meme coins because you just don't know. All right. Oh wow, okay. So we have Crypto Empress. She's talking about them. All right, some big influencers. Cool. Cypriel also talking about them. So I mean, look, it could do something. I mean, if they're getting exposure, and you could see you could see it moving, right? And like I said, it's all going to come down to timing the markets, right? It's going to come down to when the markets explode, when Solana is, touching, holding strong, 200 plus, all time, or, getting up there close to all time highs. That's when you're going to see all of these things really start to fly and move. That's just the bottom line. So when will that happen? I don't know. I don't know when that's going to happen. I hope it's going to happen soon. I hope it's going to happen, in Q1 2026. I hope that we're going to see the crypto markets kind of make a retracement, and we're not a retracement, but a resurgence back to all-time highs. I have a feeling we will. I know a lot of people are saying it's completely over, that we're completely in a bear market now. I don't know. I'm still on the fence if we were ever even really in a bull market. That's just my my personal thoughts and opinion. But I think there's been a lot of manipulation with the ETFs. I think there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, market manipulations, and a lot of it comes down to leverage trading from the ETFs. You have way too much big money in it, and they can just truly manipulate the market. And it's still not regulated enough that the big whales and the big money can do that. And they're suppressing it, and they're going to pump it when they want to pump it, and they're going to dump it when they want to dump it. And I do believe that the whole 4-year cycle is kind of ending. I don't think we're going to see much of a bull run ever again. I don't think it's going to be like in the past. I think we're going to see surgence of, narratives, memes and AI, and there's going to be massive pumps here and there. And I think that crypto will pump, on market conditions. And as the world economies get worse and worse, there's going to be more people putting money into things like Bitcoin. And I think that you're going to see just a very different crypto space. I think there's still amazing ways to make money, and I think you're going to make a great money in meme coins. It's just a matter of finding the right meme coins, being patient, and we have to wait until the meme narratives really kick off. And then that's when we're going to make massive amounts of money. So that's just my personal thoughts. Hey, I see we got some comments over here. I think what's going to be yeah, I also agree. I mean, and I think let me go back over here. BNB Pepe, shitcoin, trash coin. I agree with you on those. I think Soulboy has less potential definitely has less potential than Trash Coin on the long-term narrative. But that's why I was saying, and I think that you could see project like Soulboy. That's why I was mentioning. I think you could see it do a 10x. I think you could see it go to a couple $1 million market cap. Make some gains, and then, like I said, for me, my core is stuff like shitcoin for sure, hands down. Speaking of BNB Pepe, that's a good one. I want to go and look at where's a let's see here. Here we go. BNB Pepe. Look at this. Look, BNB Pepe, I think, is one of those, another great coin, constantly posting, and it's holding well. I mean, it ran up, had a great surgence, but it's really holding a nice floor, right around this 210, 230K market cap since December 20th. Really, I mean, look at this. From December 20th all the way up here to January 18th today, almost a month of sideways action. I mean, that's impressive. And these markets, for this thing not to have dipped down lower than it's dipped, it's fantastic. Let's go over and check out their X. X is growing. They've got the lock liquidity. Look, they're getting 5 minutes ago, they just made a post. 2 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 20 hours ago. I mean, it's consistent. They are constantly posting, working, shilling, rating. And that's what it takes. That's what it really, really takes. I still love all these Andrew Tate videos that they. I like it. But I love all their video clips. I think BNB Pepe is so undervalued. And I love this one, a retro vibe. Looks like a Miami Vice. I think BNB Pepe, when BNB pumps again, I think BNB Pepe is going to go parabolic. I have a huge moon bag. I'm sitting on it. I'm holding it. And I really believe that BNB Pepe will be phenomenal when the time comes. I think it's, the overall markets need to pick up. And once BNB Pepe's, or once BNB kicks off a bit more, I can see this as I swear, I've said this, I think that for me, this is a $20 million project. I mean, that's it's 100x. I really think we could see this doing 100x at some point in time, but you have to be patient. And like I said, I mean, this is sideways action is amazing. This is awesome that it's not dumping. So it's just being patient, and there's going to be a time it just takes off. Those are my personal thoughts and opinions, but that's where I'm at. That's what my brain says about BNB Pepe. So there you go. What else? Greetings. Check the screen. Shitcoin screener. I have a bag of packs. Yeah, I mean, I checked out that packs. I mean, like I said, I thought it was cute. I mean, definitely checked it out. I mean, it's something I'd look at probably throwing $100 at. Also going to just looking at some of these comments here, guys. Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, the pack's saying I'm going to check it out. I want to dig into it. Like I said, it's cute, and I need to look at the narrative, like how big the narrative is, and stuff over there. But I saw some big influencers talking about it, so it might be worth checking out more. And I think that we're ready to see that meme coins really take off again. I think everybody's been sitting on the sideline, kind of waiting, right? Is crypto going to dump more? Everybody's kind of had pulled out their money, that any profits that they did made or any losses that they made. And a lot of people pulled out and they're sitting in stables on the side. And there's a lot of fear in the market. That's normal, right? But the whole thing is buy in fear, sell in greed, right? That's the whole thesis of making money in crypto: buy in fear, sell in greed. And I think, like I said, I think the bottom is in for crypto and for meme coins, at least, I feel. And I think as the markets improve, you're going to see some major moves in memes. I think we're going to see stuff start to fly. And it's about picking those good memes that have, the BNB Pepe, the shitcoin, the stuff that they're posting regularly. They're posting 3, 4, 5 posts a day. And that to me is one of those. It's a big indicator whether or not, when the markets improve, which coins are going to fly, right? And so that's what I have to say. So out of those, BNB Pepe and shitcoin, I think, are probably the two best ones for posting. Okay. Now, like I said, if you're looking for unique things, I like the GAL token from the Boxable founder, and the Boxable token itself. I think those have a lot of potential as well, because they're unique and they're backed by a doxed billionaire. So I like those as well. So somebody's asking me between DNA or Trouble, if I had to pick one. I mean, I'm holding a big bag of both, right? Both are good projects. I think Trouble is just ridiculously undervalued. It's insane. Oh, let me see if I can. I'm gonna open up a new window. Give me a second. Come on, my big sausage fingers are typing everything wrong. Here we go. Mamma mia. Look at this. I mean, this is horrendous. Under $1 million market cap for Trouble. I mean, guys, Trouble is on the, so Trouble is a DEX on the Base network. Okay, Trouble on Base. And it's a V4. There's amazing staking. There's 100x perps leverage trading. All decentralized. You can do it right from your wallet, right? You can sit, buy and sell limit orders. There's fiat on and off ramps. Like, Trouble is probably one of the most undervalued DEXs out there. I'm holding, like I said, a big bag. I got in on their private sale. I took some profits on the original pumps, but I have been holding Trouble, ever since. And I'm staking it. They have great staking rewards because the staking is actually kind of comes from profits from the swaps itself, right? They charge that. So it's like, it's very sustainable, and it's not like they're just, staking and they're giving you out free tokens. I mean, it actually is coming in from revenue and stuff, right? So it's really very sustainable platform. And I like Trouble. I do. I think Trouble's got so much potential. And at $1 million market cap, I mean, you look at other DEXs that are half as good, and they're in the 200, 300, $400 million market caps. I mean, like, it's insane. So for me, Trouble is still, in my opinion, it's still one of those things. I say it's a 100x project. I think it can definitely do that. When? I don't know. It's, Base is going to need to really kick up. The whole overall market's going to need to kick up. But I think Base, being connected to Coinbase, and then this is being Trouble. This is an easy, and they also have an amazing cross-chain swap. So I really like it. I like Trouble a lot. What was the other coin? DNA, right? DNA is so undervalued. It's just sickening. Here we go. DNA is, what market cap is it at? $730,000 market cap. It's silly. Jesus. Unreal. I just wanted to go over to their website. So, no, that's not their website. Here we go. This is their website. Here we go. So, like I said, I've done some videos on these guys. I've bought in, and I still think that this is a Web 2 company, right? They have actual health drinks. They have protein drinks. They have DNA test kits. They're making DNA testing diapers for your babies to see if there's any bacterias, the stuff for anti-aging and healths, and it's just crazy. And it's all linked. It's all Web 2 stuff, right? And from my understanding, they're going to be doing some sort of I'm not sure if it's a migration or something, but they're going to be doing something with the token sometime soon. I was reading it somewhere. But I think it's going to do well. I mean, once again, a 700K market cap, I can't see this not being a 100x project. The problem is good projects like DNA, like Trouble, real utility projects, they're boring. They take longer for them to pump. People are more interested in a 20x meme coin, like that I'm going to make $10,000 on this meme coin tomorrow, and it happens, and people make easy money on meme coins a lot of the time, and they forget about the good long-term projects. They forget about the DNA projects. They forget about the Trouble. They forget about things that are maybe slower growers, right? Because people are like, I'm not going to touch that for right now. And it's like these are what they call the sleeping giants, right? These are like the Netflix and the Amazons and stuff like that. And I think that these are projects that can be around and can make some serious gains. If I had to pick between the two, I really couldn't. I mean, they're so different. I would probably split my bag. Like if I had $1,000, I'd probably put 500 in each. That's probably me. I'm not a maximist on anything like, I only want to hold 5 coins. No, I mean, if there's 10 good projects out there, I alleviate the risk. If they're all good projects, put in a couple $100 in each one and see what they do and take profits. If that $200-300 turns into, $1,000, take out your initial, take out some profits, and then look for something else to get into, or you can rotate in between 3 or 4 good projects, because a lot of times there's always different narratives, right? So if one project's up, you take some profits, put it into another good project you believe in that's down, wait for that one to pump, for that narrative to kick off. And then, hopefully you can kind of buy back in and pick up a more supply on another project that you believe in inside of your bundle. These are things that I, used to do a lot. Just moving around in my ecosystem of 20-30 different coins. And so that's kind of a good way of doing it. And if I lose a small position on one coin, it's not the end of the world, because I got a larger position on another coin that happened to be down that, week or whatever it might be. So it's a tough question. If I had to pick between one, it's difficult. I don't think I could pick just one. I would buy both. Let's see here. What else we got? Some over here. Talk about trash. So look, my thing about Trash Coin, I'm actually really disappointed with Trash Coin. I sold most of my Trash Coin. They've not been posting anything. It's to me, it's dead. It's dead. Very frustrated with Trash, I have to say. Let me see if I can find. Sorry about this. Let me see here. Trash. So here we go. Good old Trash Coin. And the thing is, it sucks. Trash Coin, I love the narrative. Here we go. Come here. Get over here. There we go. So look, they stopped posting. Let me go here to Twitter. Ba-doo-ba-doo-boop. So their last post was 18 days ago. Look at this. 18 days ago was their last post. December 30th. December 15th. So it goes from December 12th, December 15th, December 20th, December 30th, January 1st, and that was their last post. And now we're on the 18th today or something like that. It doesn't give me a big vote of confidence. I like the coin. I like the narrative. But like I said, if I look at the difference between shitcoin and trash coin, they're, one is constantly posting, constantly shilling, constantly strong community. I pick shitcoin 100-fold over trash coin right now. Trash coin lost its listing on MEXC Global. I mean, they had a listing on MEXC. They lost it because lack of volume, because they're not posting. It loses the community feeling and drive. So for me, I'm not very bullish on trash coin right now. Like I said, now if I think this is still going to go way down. I think we're going to see this thing go down into, probably 100K market cap if they don't start posting. And, if I see, hey, look, maybe it's coming back to life. Look, there's some posts. Maybe there's something I might try to buy back in, at 100, 150K market cap if they start posting. But until then, I don't know. I actually sold out right around here, around 400K. I don't know, where is it? Maybe over here, something 420. I DCA'd out because it seems like a dead project. Unfortunately, it's sad, but it seems like a dead project. So that's my thoughts on Trash. But I'm all in on shitcoin. Like I said, I took most of my money from Trash Coin and I put into shitcoin because they're constantly posting and it seems like a better play at this moment, in my personal opinion. So basically you need both DNA and Trouble. Look, if you're looking for utility plays, Mo Money, look, if you're looking for a utility play and you're willing to just sit on it, right? I think those are both good undervalued utility plays, right? I mean, extremely undervalued. These are low cap utility projects. I mean, 1 million and 700K market cap utility plays, and they are good projects. They have real working utility, but that's boring. Everybody wants, the 20x meme coin right now, right? So if you've got extra money and you're like, hey, I want to throw a few bucks at something that might do a 100x or might do 1,000x down the road, that's seems like they're building something, then I think they're both good projects. Quan is another one. Quan X, the quantum resistant blockchain. That's another one that I need to get a better position. I had to sell some of that to buy some meme coins. But I think Quan is another great blockchain. It's quantum resistant blockchain that's going to do well, but it's boring. It's boring. There's no fun posts. There's no live action communities and laughing and joking. Like, utility tokens are boring. And, but that doesn't mean you can't make fucking fantastic money with those at some point in time. So if you've got the extra money on the side, why not? And I think that's like, for me, those are like buying into, Netflix or Amazon or, any of these types of projects before they took off and did anything, Sensei, blast from the past. I loved Sensei. I made some great money on Sensei when the AI narrative was really big. I mean, right now, let's see if I can find Sensei. Give me a second here. Sensei. All right. What do we got? $2 million market cap value. Look, Sensei, I liked. I sold most of my Sensei tokens off when I saw the AI narrative was in a decline. Okay. And oh, sorry. I need to share this page. So here I'm on their website. Now that doesn't mean it's not a good project, and I think it will come back. And this is a good one because if I remember correctly, Sensei was doing a lot of AI agent stuff, but also they had some really cool stuff like, for like immortalizing yourself, like, creating an avatar of yourself for future generations, like, that could live on the blockchain forever. Like, so if grandma was getting old and, getting close to dying, they could set it up to where Sensei would call every day and just ask questions like, so, where did you grow up? What was your favorite food? What was your first date like? What was your first boyfriend's name? What was your, like all of this stuff. And it's just gathering all of this information, cloning her voice, her reactions and how she talked and her mannerisms. And now all of a sudden, so when grandma would pass, your great grandkids could go and talk to grandma on the Sensei blockchain and like, hey grandma, so how is, this is what I'm dealing with today. What do you think? And it would give you answers that were responses back, like similar to how your grandma would have. I thought that was really freaking cool. I was like, man, that's pretty awesome. Like, and that is a technology I think that a lot of people would use. And that was that was something they actually had up and running. And I think this ran all the way up to like what, 30-40 million dollar market cap at some point in time. So Sensei, like I said, it's all about narratives, right? Now, a lot of these coins, they're not dead. They cool down. You know, they waiting for the AI narrative to really kick up. And right now there's not a lot of big narratives. I mean, it's just like there's meme coins, there's a few projects that are doing 1x or 2x's here and there, but you know, nothing is flying, right? And everybody's, like I said, everybody's in fear, everybody's sitting on the sideline, and that's a big thing. And it's like, what is going to move first, and what's going to be the next big narrative? You know, is it AI? Is it, you know, other types of utility coins? Is it meme coins? These are questions I don't have the answer to. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't sit there and say, oh man, for sure, and this Sensei is going to do a 100x this year. If the AI narrative picks up, it could. It's a good project, right? And so like what I'm just trying to do is find things that people are talking about. Like, what are people talking about right now? Like, what's the narrative, and it's meme coins right now. Most people are talking about meme coins. I prefer utility projects, when they're moving, because it's something that's real, right? So, but right now, I think shitcoin is probably a better bet than Sensei in the short term. Long term, I think, projects like Sensei, projects like DNA, projects like Trouble, projects like Atlantis that will be launching hopefully soon. I'm big into that one. I think these types of utility projects will outperform meme coins hands down when the time comes. But will that be, a month from now, 6 months from now, or next year? I don't know. I don't have that answer for you. Okay. So here's my thesis. Here's my hypothesis here. This is how my brain works. I try to make money on meme coins. I, buy low, sell high, look for opportunities. And as I have a little bits of money on the side, I try to buy a little bit of Bitcoin. I try to buy a little bit of, things like Sensei, things like DNA, things like QuantX, things like, things like Trouble, just sitting off to the side, because those are my long-term utility plays that might have big potential and big wins down the road. But I try to use house money to buy that stuff, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's just sitting over there. And, if it dips, I got a little money, I'll throw $500 at it. It's top up. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how I try to play it, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I really like Sensei. Yeah, I promoted a few months back. I did. And I mean, none of those are not paid videos or anything like that. Those are not sponsored. Those are just me. I really like Sensei. I thought it was a great project. I still think it's a great project. I mean, that's my honest to God's truth. I think Sensei has great potential when that narrative kicks off. Chirply. All right, there you go. That's a blast from the past. Chirply. I love Chirply. I mean, I know the founder. I was one of the first people to make a video on Chirply. I think Chirply's got amazing potential. I think it's incredibly undervalued. Let's see here. Chirply token. What's the market cap? $600,000 market cap. Jesus. Once again, I mean, great utility project, micro influencers. I think, great branding. Oh, wow. They got a new website. Nice. Very nice. I like it. Oh, wait a minute. This isn't Chirp. This is Chirp. This isn't Chirply. Hold on a second. I'm on the wrong stinking token. What the guy? Chirply. There we go. I was on a different token, people. Jesus, $300,000 market cap. Even worse, $300,000 market cap for Chirply. Mamma mia. Let's see here. So here we are. So here we are. We're back. We're on the right one. We're on Chirply, the actual token. So $300,000 market cap. And like I said, this is an awesome utility, micro influencer token for projects, for influencers to be able to, and for companies to be able to use micro influencers to market in a small target demographic, much smaller than you're going to be able to do on like, Instagram or Facebook. But this will help you find like TikTok influencers, help you find, Instagram influencers, help you find whatever it might be type of influencers, but very close to you in your radius. Like, so it's to say, I'm a small eco hotel and I want to advertise to people, within a 20-mile radius or something. Like Chirply is there to help the micro influencers. So I always loved Chirply. And once again, it's a utility project. And people are bored with utility projects, unfortunately. So everything I was saying before, it's not that utility projects are bad. It's just that they're boring. And people are looking for, more active posts, more posts on X, engagement in their, Telegram and all that stuff. And they're looking for a 20X overnight. And you don't normally get that in the utility projects. It's usually a slower climb and a slower fall, usually. So, yep, those are my thoughts there, everybody. So, well, listen, guys, everybody, thank you so much for joining today. We've been on here for about an hour, so I do need to get running. I actually need to go take another pain pill for my tooth. It's starting to throb. Like I could feel the heartbeat in my cheek. So I need more pain medicine. I need drugs. But listen, I will be doing more live streams. Thank you guys so much. And please, if you're watching, thumbs up. I see we got some good viewers today. So please do me the big favor of, giving me a like, thumbs up. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all of the questions. Stay tuned, like and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. And I promise I'll be back soon. I'm going to start trying to do live streams again, at least 3, 4, 5 times a week. And yeah, I'm hoping that the markets really turn. And like I said, make sure you guys pick up your shitcoin. Definitely don't sleep on that one. I'm telling you, that's a good one. And BNB Pepe is always a good buy. Just buy it, hold it. I'm telling you, when the markets pick up, BNB Pepe is going to fly. So those are 2 great ones. So everybody have a great day. Thanks for joining. And I hope you all have a great 2026. I'm telling you, Q1, I think we're going to see some fireworks at some point in time. So take care, everybody. Have a great day and enjoy your Sunday. Bye-bye, everybody.